Hello, welcome to practice. We're going to begin in child's pose. So that's moving to your knees and then moving your knees apart about hip width distance, or really any comfortable width, and then walking your hands forward, dropping your elbows down. Maybe this is as far as you go. You know your body, so please honor where it is today. Maybe you walk your elbows a little bit further forward, and then maybe your head comes and rests against the floor. Taking a moment here to center in, to refocus on the present moment here and now. And bringing your focus from your mind that's pressing into the floor, not to the certain past or the uncertain future, but right here, right now. Imagine pulling your mind back into your body. And from here, let's walk our hands back in towards our knees just for a moment. And then we're going to, with our hips still back towards the floor, raise our left hand up and open our chest towards the left, dropping our right shoulder down, maybe looking up if it's okay with your neck. Trying to keep your spine neutral. And then we're going to do arm circles from here. So slowly drawing the hand back, down towards the floor, and opening back up towards the front, and peeling your chest back open. Do a couple more like this. And acknowledging your own body, your own tissues and bones. And last one. And then we'll change directions. Maybe you open up a little bit deeper as your hand lifts up. A couple more. And last one. Hand lifts up, open up, maybe twist a little bit further in your upper thoracic spine. And then let's thread that through. So we're going to thread our left arm underneath our torso over towards the right. And then maybe the left ear comes down to the floor. And maybe the right hand walks forward. And tent the fingertips. Feel this in your shoulders, in your upper spine. And then we're going to walk that left hand back in towards our left knee. Plant that left hand and then open up the left hand back towards the left. And then place the left hand down, and we'll repeat on the right side. So let's open our right arm up to the right. Left shoulder down away from the ear. Still pressing your lower body down into the floor, twisting if at any twist from the thoracic upper spine. Now let's begin those arm circles with the arm lowering down towards the back of your space, and then coming up towards the knees, and then opening back up towards the right. And a couple more at your pace, feeling the joint in your shoulder move, modifying the movement if you need to meet yourself where you're at today. Couple more. Just moving slow. Let's move the other direction. Waking up the shoulders, the heart chakra, anahata. Our place of love, self-love, self-worth. Now let's open back up, pausing, and then we're threading it through. So right arm comes down towards the left knee, twisting over towards the left. Maybe the left hand walks towards the top of your space and you tent the fingers. Modify to you where you need to. And slowly walking your left hand back towards your left knee, and then opening the right hand back up towards the sky. And then planting that right hand down. We'll move to our hands and knees for some cat-cows. So we'll begin in a table-like position to where our hands are underneath our shoulders and our hips are underneath our knees. Then you begin by tucking and untucking your pelvis. So here my pelvis is untucked, and then I'm moving my heart down, my belly drops, gaze lifts, shoulder blades sliding down your back, and then start with tucking your tailbone, sucking your belly button up towards your ribs, arcing your spine, tucking your chin, rounding your shoulder blades. And now that you know the shape, just move back and forth between the two at your own pace. Starting the movement in your pelvis and then waving it through your spine. Stirring up all of the chakras along the spine, but more so the root chakra that's in the sacrum and the pelvic bowl. And now from here we'll come to a flat back or neutral spine, and we'll look over our shoulder. So looking over our shoulder, squeezing the same hip towards that shoulder, making a little C shape, and then moving to the opposite side. So making a C shape with the side of your body, contracting your obliques on whatever side you're moving towards. A couple more. And then coming to a neutral spine. And now we'll move into full thread the needle. So our knees remain stacked over our hips. So we'll raise our left hand towards the sky, opening the chest, and then threading that through. So left hand over towards the right side of the body. And again, as we did before, maybe stretch your fingertips out in front of you on your right hand. And think about keeping your hips square, not shifting them to one side. And then bringing the right arm back towards your knee, and then uncurling, opening the left hand up towards the sky, and planting that down, and we'll move to the right side, opening up, threading through, right shoulder plants, left, right ear, walking the hand out if you'd like. Coming back up, opening the right arm out, and planting that down, and then we'll move to take a seat. Cross-legged. We'll begin with some hip circles here in this seated position. Moving as wide of a circle as what feels comfortable to you. Again, stirring up your root chakra, Muladhara. Your safety, your security, where you're rooted at in life, what you're rooted to. Let's change directions. And then coming to stillness. Straight spine, stacking the shoulders over the hips, changing the cross of your legs if you need to. And from here we'll move in that same circle as what you did with your hip circles, but we're going to think about moving only our ribs. So this might be weird, because how often do we think of only moving the rib portion of our spine? But just think about isolating that. One of the most important aspects of our life is being able to breathe appropriately. And there's not many exercises that show us how to work our muscles out in the ribcage. And let's reverse that circle. And come to stillness. And we'll raise our hands up towards the sky. And then right hand plants down towards the ground. The left arm reaches up overhead. Maybe the eyes gaze up, maybe not. And then over towards the opposite side. And back and forth between these two. Moving at your own pace. Opening up as wide as is comfortable to you. We've opened up our shoulders a lot this class, so be mindful of that. Last round, and then come back to a straight spine. Slowly dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. Lowering your left shoulder down. Allowing that stretch to happen through the left side of the neck. Let's begin to slowly nod. Moving our chin up and down. And then bring our chin towards our chest and roll it over to the other side. So left ear towards left shoulder. Stillness at first and then nodding towards the other side. Moving back and forth between these two extremes. Being mindful of any injury that might have occurred here. And pausing when the chest is, or when the chin is at the chest in the center, and then slowly bring your gaze back up, chin parallel to the floor. And from here we'll have a few minutes of silence to end our practice. If you'd like to take traditional Shavasana, just laying on the floor, I welcome you to do that. Noting where our mind is at right now. Noticing if it's present where you are in the space where you're at, or is it still thinking those thoughts which have nothing to do with this present moment. Gently call it back if you need to. And it's okay to need to. Just know that every time you do it, you are gaining back more of your own power, your consciousness, your awareness of what's happening in this physical reality, not just what's happening in your head. You'd like to stay in this seated meditation or shavasana for longer, I welcome you to that. May this find those who need it. Thank you.